Laraine, it seems like a lot of people are skeptical about whether or not a mask is protective against COVID-19.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people have a lot of questions about how effective masks are. I'll say that the best way that masks protect us is by preventing somebody who has infection with COVID-19 from spreading that virus to others. And that occurs even if they are not aware that they're infected. Up to 40% of people who have COVID-19 infection don't realize it. They may not have any symptoms. And the mask serves a primary purpose of collecting any droplets that might contain virus and preventing them from spreading into the environment. There may also be some impact of the mask in preventing someone else from getting you sick if you're wearing a mask. But the details and the amount that the mask works in that way, particularly cotton masks, is still being investigated.
Does wearing a mask cause you to breathe in more carbon dioxide?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. As you know, when we breathe in the air and primarily use oxygen, and we breathe out air and primarily carbon dioxide. But our masks are not airtight, and in fact, we can breathe through the molecules of oxygen, breathing into our masks, and carbon dioxide out of our masks. So effectively, there is not really an opportunity for accumulation of carbon dioxide in a meaningful way that would cause someone to get sick.
Laraine, a lot of people are worried about the health effects of wearing a mask. Can you comment on how long you can safely wear a mask?
Most people can safely wear a mask for prolonged periods of time. There are some rumors circulating about concerns about adverse effects of wearing masks. But for most people, it's entirely safe to wear masks for as long as they need to do so. If, however, an individual has feelings that they're feeling short of breath, or they're feeling as if they need to have a break, they should take a break, and they should do so away from other people. Some people find it more comfortable to wear a mask just covering their mouth. Is that okay? Do they really need to wear a mask to cover the nose and the mouth?
That is an excellent question, because I see a lot of mask use out there that is not ideal. And the answer is to be effective, the mask has to cover your nose and your mouth. So you have to have your mask pulled up over your nose and your mouth. Otherwise, your respiratory droplets will be breathed out and potentially come into contact with other people. It always feels like everybody's a bit muffled wearing a mask, but when you're talking, you're expelling a lot of respiratory droplets. So if you are pulling down your mask to talk, you're absolutely creating a lot more respiratory droplets and then creating a possible exposure.